What is going on, everybody? How are we doing today? How are we doing today? It has been a strange day today. How about everybody here? Everybody having a good day? Let's see what's going on in the chat. You guys are you guys are talkative today, and that's cool. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. I love my lurkers. So if I have lurkers out there and you're not in the chat, I love you and I appreciate you. All right. Let's scroll through here. Hi, Shroom Flips. Hi, Odinoko. How we doing, IDK? AMA? And I think that's everybody we have in the chat. Oh my goodness, and we have Ethan as well. How is everybody doing this evening? Did we have a good day today, everybody? Did we have a good day? Can somebody tell me something good or exciting that happened today? Shroom, how was the stream? I was only able to be on there for a little while. I don't think you were streaming for very long, but how did it go? Ethan, how does it feel to be back posting videos like normal? Odinoko, how does it feel to be awesome? IDK, one of my OGs. AMA, one of my new faces. Everybody, I appreciate you. All right, it was an adjustment, Ethan, but you enjoyed having nothing to do every day. Yeah, I don't doubt it. But as I told you before, we're glad that you're back. Shroom says the stream was good, got some subs. Let's go. Earlier today, you applied for a job and you'll probably get it. Heck yeah, you will. Good, good, good. I'm glad to hear it. Youngblood, what's going on? What is going on? All right. So, some of you know my big news. Some of you don't know my big news. But just relaxing. How are you? Youngblood, I am good. What's going on, Samuel? How we doing? AMA, I did a little research and I think I'm going to just end up getting a Cracker-Rackin' V3. That sounds like a solid choice. I haven't flipped it, so I can't speak one way or another, but I hear good things. All right. AMA flips, great choice. What blade type? Ooh, that's a good question, AMA. You going with the Tonto or what? You getting a trainer? I can't remember if you're a live blade flipper or if you're a trainer. There is no wrong answer. All right. Camaro EE says, good to see chat on stream. Always enjoy seeing streamers do that. Well, thank you. I appreciate the appreciation. AMA says their Cracker-Rackin' is going to have a Weehawk. Nothing wrong with that. Shroom is approving of AMAs. You know, I probably don't need to read all this stuff to you guys because it's on the screen, but I will anyway. Weehawk is sick. Love the way it looks, says Youngblood. Cracker-Rackin' are standard for a reason. You'll definitely like it or enjoy it. Awesome. Very, very cool. Okay, so I worked today. I got out of work at 5 o'clock. I found out at, what was it, 6 o'clock, 5:30, that it wasn't Tuesday and that I was, in fact, streaming this evening. So I had to very quickly throw everything together. So I have talking notes. I actually have more talking notes than I usually do. The problem is that I have not been able to review said talking notes since putting them together. So we'll see how today goes. It may be a fun adventure into watching Scott struggle, or it may be awesome. Either way, I appreciate you guys being in with it. Let's finish up catching up on the chat, and we will get into a couple of things. We have an announcement, and then we have my talking notes. All right, we got Dumpy Truck in the chat. How are we doing, Dumpy? Weehawk Forever. All right, you approve too. Shroom Flip says, I own 8 Krakens. My goodness. Ethan says, always a fun realization. Uh-oh. What was a fun realization? I don't know. Let's see. LMAO, for some reason today felt like Friday. Oh, man. A Wednesday that feels like a Friday is rough. I've had a Tuesday that I was sure was Friday. And then the next day, on Wednesday, I was sure it was Friday. And then on Thursday, I was sure it was Friday. By Friday, I didn't care anymore. That was a long week. Let's see. Dumpy Truck sends sideways ice cream cone with 2 scoops. Samuel says, you make some other extremely good points, man. Overall win. I don't know who you're talking about, but everybody is an overall win. Camaro EE says, getting out of work and realizing you have to stream today. Yeah, well, the funny thing is, I got out of work, and as I was getting out of work, I was asked if I could stream today by one of our community members. And I said I was going to have to check with my wife and see if I could get away with it. And then I asked her, and she said, wait, it's Wednesday. Aren't you doing that anyways? And I had already lost because to get away with streaming, I agreed to make dinner. And then she told me that I was supposed to stream anyways. So I got out of work. I made dinner. I watched Shroom's stream, and I wrote up my talking notes. And somewhere in there, I did a little bit of designing, which we will see in a moment. But first, we'll catch up in chat. Getting out of work. Yep. Bruh, that Nebula Kraken looks so good. Looks like a blue, a blurple Anno. Ethan appreciates it. Let's keep it out of Scott's chat, though. Cool. Let's see. And then inked Weehawk, red handles, gold titanium hardware. That sounds sick. Okay. What do we want to do first? Do we want to get into today's talk, or do you guys want to jump right into today's excitement? I'll give you guys a minute. What's going on, Heatwave? Welcome to the chat. All right, Sammy wants the announcement. IDK says, okay, well, let's not worry about people's statuses with banned and not. Tony is in the chat. What is going on, my friend? Dumpy Truck says, what is this Nebula Kraken y'all keep talking about? I like space. Dumpy Truck, you will learn that a lot of the people in my chat say a lot of things that just aren't English, and you just got to figure it out sometimes. Samuel, yes, there is a lag. I am aware of it. I am doing my best to work through it, but OBS hates me. I am sorry. I'll make it up to you. All right. They made a short about the new Kraken line they came out with. All right. Okay, so it sounds like we are ready for my news. All right. Um, so little backstory here. Um, I'm old, and a lot of you guys are young. Oh my God! See, that's an example of okay, low key. Okay, low kentological low state and genuinely true. You don't speak English. Nope, nope, not at all. This is the second stream in a row, Otonoko, that you have broken my head. Otokonoko. I said that wrong. Otokonoko. Blah. Ethan, you can't even read that one? Okay. All right. You guys are taking advantage of my ADHD. Let's let's calm down here for a minute. I got news. I've made a change. I'm making a change. Um, a couple changes, but I'm only talking about one today. You guys ready? So currently, my YouTube channel is called Let's Give It a Try, right? So, oh, AMA, have you been here for every stream this week? That actually says a lot because I have streamed every day this week. Yeah. And more than every day over last weekend. I'm low key trying to see if I can get away with streaming every day this week and this weekend. We'll see. Everybody keeps coming though, so while you guys keep coming, I will keep doing it. Anyway, do you want to know the news? Sound off in the chat. Oh, we're all going to be lurkers now. Fine. Here's the news. Ready? All right, everybody. You guys have said it. You guys have lovingly coined it. Ethan didn't like it. And I told him that nobody asked his opinion. And then promptly just asked him to be my friend. I am officially, for the time being at least, Baliong. Yeah, Baliong. So, I'm updating my YouTube, updating my bio, updating my all that stuff. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I wasn't aware of this. Ethan, you weren't aware of what? You weren't aware of what, Ethan? I could see who was voting in my polls. All right. Okay. So a lot has happened. You just left an answer. You didn't even look. You've got to be kidding me. If you just like clicked something and left, we're going to have a talk because this would have been done. This would have been done. Well, no, this would have been done the same time. But I would have closed the poll a lot sooner. Oh, you did look? Okay. Anyway, let's. Okay, so I've announced that. Let's go through the chat and then we'll do a little catching up. All right, so news time. Let's go. It's official. Baliunk, yes. Slay. Baliunk, so goated. Baliunk. Unk o bots roll out. I like that. I do. It's funny too because I've never been interested in streams till about a week ago. Heck yeah. AMA, you have not been a streamer or a stream watcher until me. I was your entry into watching streams. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Bro, you're actually gonna blow up YouTube with that name. We'll see. We'll see. It may be too cringe for those who have not been introduced to me yet. Um, Shroom says true. Camaro EE says, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I wasn't aware of this. Yes, he was, people. Let's see. Okay, Uncle Bots roll out. It's too. Oh, okay. I'm reading the same thing again. Uncle Bots is crazy. Yes. Um, I love this name. Going to be one of the biggest content creators for Bally's. We'll see. I mean, I create content. I am not the one. I. We'll see. We'll see. It all depends on how much people love my adorable panic attacks. Ghost Bally says, "How are you, Ghost Bally's? I am good. How are you? How are you? I have been watching your video. You put a new video out today, didn't you? I think so. I'm 99% sure. Okay. Ethan said, no, I looked, but definitely didn't tell you I hated it. LMAO. No, no, no. You did not tell me you hated it. What you did was when Sammy called me or told me that I had UNC status, you took offense on my behalf, to which I promptly said, nobody asked your opinion. So that was my reference. No, you did not. You did not reply one way or another with regards to whether my updated channel name was going to be goated or not. Let's see. Ethan's gonna get a dad talk. No, no, nope, nope, nope. But I don't know. I mean, depending on your guys' perspective, you could look at any of my live streams as dad talks. I mean, I don't tell you guys anything that I don't tell my kids. They just call it a lecture and ignore me. You guys, you guys love me, and I love you. All right. Whoa. Who's the and friends? Okay, so that's a good question. Don't let me forget it because I'm gonna circle back to that. That's a good question. I just joined. What's going on? Oh, Ghost Battles, you missed it. Okay, give me a minute. I will educate you. I'm just trying to get caught up on chat, but people don't stop talking, which is fine. It just means that this might be a long stream because you guys, I, we're going almost 10 minutes and I haven't even brought up the title of the topic of today's discussion yet, much less gotten into it. All right, so Ghost Valleys, we'll get you caught up in a second. Ethan says, "Oh, you're talking about my stream. I see. Yes, yes. I'm sorry, you weren't in here connecting the dots with me. You're still new to me. You'll get there too." Shrooms is laughing probably at my all over the placedness. Ghost Bailey says, there's so many people in chat right now. There are, and it is awesome. I have the coolest people that come to my streams. Seriously, I have so much fun with you guys. Sammy says, when were Ethan and I both in your... No, 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 no. Not in my stream. In Ethan's stream. Oh, what was it? Was it Sunday night? I think it was. Yeah. It was the one when you officially told me that I had UNC status and really coined the UNC term for me. So that's what I'm talking about. Youngblood says, yes, we do. He streamed on his main account a couple nights ago. Yep. I'm not paying attention. My bad. I say nonsense. Youngblood, you've been tuning into me since I started streaming. I say nonsense too. The funny thing is, I say nonsense and I'm constantly worried about it. And I get into a ramble and I lose track of what I'm talking about. And then I come full circle and I remember again. And I think to myself, man, that was embarrassing. And then I watch the stream later and I'm like, wow, that was pretty entertaining. That was pretty charismatic. That was not horrible. So it's weird. Anyway, um, I say nonsense. Don't forget to like the stream. Thank you, Dumpy Truck. By all means, everybody, like the stream if you want to. If you don't like it, don't. You can wait until the end to like it if you want. Ego, what's going on, man? How's it hanging? Same as yesterday. Living the dream. AMA says we're just a bunch of chill guys and girls with a fist bump. Love you. Ghost Bailey's, it's crazy you have 100 subscribers and Ethan Blade Bias is here. That, I agree. That is crazy. Yeah, it is. It is really, 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 really crazy that I have over 100 subscribers, and it's really, really, really crazy that one of the largest YouTube Balisong specific content creators uh, comes and hangs out with me and listens to me talk. Weird. Otonoko says, by the way, it's perfectly fine not to catch every message. Most streamers can't say or can't, so they mention that they see at the moment, or so they mention what they see at the moment. That's fine. Uh, I may start doing that. Like if I start getting like 100 people in here, I will definitely do that. But while I have 5, 8, and the chat usually isn't this crazy, so I do try to get through everything because, as I've said in multiple streams, Odonoko, you're new, but as I've said in multiple streams, one of my big things is I want to make sure that everybody feels seen because it's so easy in today's world for someone to be standing in the middle of a room full of people and feel invisible. I want to make sure nobody feels invisible. So the lurkers, that's why I call them out every time. I want them to know I know they're there and I love them very much. Everybody in the chat, I want you to know if you're chiming in, I'm going to do my best to comment or read or make you feel seen. All right. Hey, whatever there's a win, YouTube, Ethan, and I always show up. Doesn't matter the sub count. Okay, so I'm a win. I'll take, or a W, whatever. You are your own biggest critic. So true, and I always will be. You are one of my, you are one of my biggest talk me off the ledges. So I appreciate that, Ethan. Let's see. Samuel doesn't join Shrooms streams. How sad. We got to support the community. Everybody support everybody. Everybody join everybody's stream. Everybody say nice things to everybody else. Everybody ex, what's the X word I'm looking for? Uh, Exuberantly celebrate other people's successes. Even if they're not great successes, even if they're just mediocre successes. Be nice to everybody. Um, All right. Samuel's going to check out Shroom. That's awesome. Youngblood says, I was there, Shroom. Just couldn't chat. Yippee, thanks, Sam. Says Shroom. Ethan says, I was also there at the tail end, Shroom. Just couldn't send a message. See, Ethan just, he supports. He does. I try to watch any Balisong streamer I can find. Same. I try to watch all the funny thing is what I have done, I have like destroyed my ability to pay attention because I'm gonna do that. I have destroyed my my phone, well, my YouTube, because basically, like, one person, for example, today had commented on one of my videos, and then apparently they weren't all the way through the video because later in the video I had made a comment of, let me know if you put content out there. I will like, I will subscribe, I will do all of the things. So they sent another comment on that video, and I went out and I found their channel and I subscribed and I started, plowing through all of their shorts, liking. Um, you just, I mean, but anyway, I have destroyed my YouTube because I have basically wiped all subscriptions off of my YouTube except for Balisong content creators. And every single day I go through my subscriptions and I make sure that anything that is unwatched gets cleared out. Anything that hasn't been liked gets liked, and I don't comment on everything, but I try to comment on as many things as I can. Okay. Oto, see, okay, I'm going to consistently get it right. Oto Kanoko. Please tell me that was right. Oto Kanoko. That's really fun to say. The two numbers you just avoided between 5 and 8, that felt intentional. Oh. Okay. I'm old, but I got it. I mean, I don't get it, but I got it. I appreciate you, homies. Thanks. Shroom, you are awesome. Youngblood says, I can't say those numbers anymore. Now I can do the transfer Austin came up with. Ethan says, happy to help. Brandon has been that talk off the ledge guy for me. I'm glad to pay it forward. Appreciate you, my friend. Shroom says, I told the world about. I don't know, it's blurry. I don't got it. Sammy's is blurry too. All right, let's jump over to Ethan. Gotta get a second account now for your personal algorithm to build again. Uh, Actually, Ethan, I say that I broke it, but I don't know that I did because now when I go onto my homepage on YouTube, it recommends Balisong content that I was unaware of. So I think I've actually fixed my algorithm, which is awesome because the only thing I watch on YouTube is Balisong stuff because I am a nerd and don't have a life other than, well, this and my family and work and my pets. And I longboard sometimes, but it's winter now. So, wintertime, I don't have a life other than those other things that I said I did. Oto Kanoko says, you can just call me Oto. Most people do, unless you have fun saying the whole. Of course, I have fun saying the whole. Oto Kanoko. Chat is corrupting this poor guy. True. Youngblood is crying. LMAO. Ethan, no, we ain't. I haven't even brought up the Italian brain rot. That was the. Oh, that was funny. Shroom is correct. I will never be corrupted. I'm too porous for that. Sammy says Balisong flipping. Brandon was live on Instagram the other day, and he went to McDonald's. Awesome. I wish I would have known that. I would have watched. Love Brandon. You strike me as a disc golfer. So I have disc golf discs, and I have enough to say that this is my driver, this is my putter, this is my other thing that everybody makes sound awesome. But I honestly haven't gone disc golfing in almost 20 years. So I have, but I don't. Um, of course not Shroom. No, yes, of course not. Of course, we would never corrupt me. Um, Not Ballyunk. Is that? I mean, Ballyunk. Is that a corruption in and of itself? But only of the best kind. What other pets do you have, Scott? What do you do for work? And can you buy my old discs? Uh, let's see. I might be honest, or I might be honestly, but that's the best part. I might be honestly, but that's the best part. Might be honestly what? Did somebody say? I don't know. I'm sorry, Oto Kanoko, but I don't know what you are referring to. Let's go back. Okay, Shroom, I have in the tank behind me a boa constrictor. And then I have a crested gecko next to me. And then we have a dog named Stanley, who is a Jack Russell Rat Terrier. We have three cats named Dewey, the boy, Callie, the scaredy cat, and Stormy, who is the fluffiest cat you would ever possibly imagine. She is huge. She is a Norwegian cat, I think is just what it's called or something. But she's just a huge fluff ball, and her entire underside is like kitten fur. It's bonkers. Um, okay, Ultimate Frisbee has grown on me. To be honest, ain't nothing better than beanbag dodgeball though. Beanbag dodgeball, that is insane. Um, Ultimate Frisbee is different than disc golf, Sammy. So you know. If you didn't know, I can talk you through the differences. If you did know, didn't mean to call you out. Oto Kanoko says, I might be corruption in itself, but it's the best part. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. We haven't really had a sit down yet, but in the exchanges we have had thus far, I would not say that you are corruption in and of itself. Youngblood says, nth, like going into work one day and you see your coworker flipping a squiddy. That's what I want. That's what I want. That is what I want. I want I want this to be normalized. I want it. That's what I want. You love crusties, a terrier, kitties, OMG, Norwegian forest cat. Wow, I don't think it's a Norwegian forest cat. So it might have been a Siberian cat. It wasn't the she almost looked like, and I thought for a while that she was a Maine Coon, but she's not. Anyway, we're getting away from ourselves. Ghost Bailey's retracted a message. I'm so sorry, Ghost Bailey's. I don't know if you still have not been caught up with today's news. So everybody, pause on the keyboards here for a minute, so I can actually get caught up on chat. We'll switch over to that splash screen so we can show everybody the news. Then after the splash screen, you guys can jump back in chat and keep it going. Is that fair? Okay, Ethan's putting those dots out there. Nobody after the dots. Okay. See, no. Okay, you guys don't listen. Okay, here's the news. I am no longer 20. Well, I'm still 24 Scott. Yeah. But I am no longer Let's Give It a Try. My YouTube channel is now Bally Unk and Friends. I would have said that earlier, but I didn't know that you guys could hear me. Can you guys hear me? Out of curiosity. I'm guessing not. I don't know if you guys could hear me during that. I was talking, but okay, you could. That is good to know. That lets me know that I don't need to make noise when I have that screen on because. Does that mean you guys can hear me when I have it? Yeah, you can. I can see the mic thingy moving. Interesting. Okay. All right. So you didn't miss that part, Ethan. We've covered this. I have ADD, ADHD. So I haven't gotten to that part yet. I saw something shiny. Okay, so on to the and friends. You're really quiet for me. The past stream too, hard to watch. Can you guys hear me clearly? Is it just Satch or is it everybody? Do I need to yell louder? I think I have my microphone cranked up as much as I can. I can move it, but okay. We're gonna assume that it's just Satch, and I'm sorry, Satch. Oh, I'm really sorry because I didn't start recording this. So that means I'm not going to be able to clip anything out of this until tomorrow. I don't have an internal voice. I'm sorry. You guys are just hearing everything that I'm thinking as I'm thinking it. You can remove the mic from certain scenes. Yeah, so, but the thing that I'm doing right now, I'm actually like, I think it's still using this mic, but it's not using the source mic. I actually have the mic hooked up to my phone. So that still doesn't make sense. I don't know. All I know is regardless of scene setup, audio is going to come through until I make some adjustments, which I will eventually. All right, we're going to pause for a minute. Um, and let me take a look. Okay. So we have been going on for how long? How long? I've lost track of my informations. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, here we go. 37 minutes. All right. So, wait. Whoa. Oh man, AMA got pizza? Lucky guy. Okay. So, do you guys want to know what we're going to talk about today? Or are you just interested in hearing me just read chat and kind of go crazy? You guys tell me, what do the masses want? What do Oh, I know what the masses want. The masses want Ethan's question to be answered. I am so sorry, Ethan. Ethan keeps asking me oh so patiently, who are the and friends? So the and friends in Welcome to Baliunk and Friends are my portion of the Balisong community. It is all you guys. You guys are my friends. And I appreciate you being here. So, now you know who the and friends are. The and friends are anybody who has accepted me, subscribed to me, watched my stuff, just coming along with me. Those are my friends. So, Baliunk and friends are us, my people. Maybe the real Baliunk was the friend we made along the way. That was beautiful, Ethan. And I'm being silly right now, but that was really beautiful. Ethan makes total sense. I mean, unless Ghost Badlies, you're saying, no, I don't like Scott. That doesn't make sense. But what Ethan is saying is, you guys, I'm calling you guys my friends. Ethan is saying that I have befriended each of you individually, which I have. So still, we're talking Ballyunk and friends. Yeah. Which means we could probably come up with some sort of like fun crew name for you guys. Like if I'm Ballyunk, you guys are like, I don't know. I'll figure something out. It'll be cute. All right, let's scroll up because I know there was a lot said. I'm just gonna scan it real quick. I'm not gonna read everything because you guys are nuts in the chat. Okay. So we covered the who's the and friends. We confirmed that you guys could hear me. Satch somehow has his volume turned down and hasn't realized it yet. Saw your new video today, Satch, while I was doing like 20 other things. It was good. I liked it. You almost got weird with it there at towards the end, but I mean you pumped the brakes. I appreciated it, but it was a good video. I'm just joking. It was good. Um, let's see. Oto Kanoko. Satch, try getting some sort of extension or boost. Okay. Youngblood, Oto is Jack gonna at least let you go to Blade Show. Uh, Ethan says, oh yeah, I'm not reading all these. I'm just scanning and answering things that I actually need to answer. Um, yeah, I know. I know you can because I didn't. The downside is the first like handful of streams. All I did was through the YouTube web browser because OBS hates me almost as much as Gil hates me. Um, I'm floored that we are 41 minutes in, and this is the first time I have grabbed hold of a Balisong. But I don't know. Did I call this one Balisong Talk? I don't think I did I? So yeah, we're just talking. Um, let's see. Odo better be at Blade Show this year. I would agree because I want to be at Blade Show this year, and Odo is my friend, and I would like to meet Oto Kanoko. Um, mm, mm, mm. Cool. That's adorable, Bally Unk. What's adorable? My splash screen, the Bally Unk and friends. I think so too. Um, maybe the real Bally Unk was the yep, yep. Warms my heart, Ethan. You're a beautiful guy. Uncobot Prime. Oh, Uncle Bot Prime. Okay. Myra and V. Oh, Heatwave, you got the V2? How is it? How do you love it? Is it going to dethrone the Kraken? Appreciate as always. Absolutely. Oto Kanoko. I think it's the second time you grabbed another one, actually. Or I grabbed another one earlier. Did I really? All right. Interesting. I will actually grab one and just start spinning. Um, let's see. And then call that Balisong Talk. If you end up wanting help with the OBS, I can give you help, give you a rundown, but you seem to be doing good on your own. Thank you. I appreciate it. I got to go. Love y'all. Bye, Shroom. I'm sorry you missed the entire talk. Come back and watch it later. Heatwave says it's pretty much the same as my 1.5. I figured that's why when everybody kept asking me, what was going on, if I was going to be getting it, I was like, I got the 1.5. I got the S. The S is better than the 1.5. I don't think it's going to dethrone the S. Um, okay, good. I appreciate it, Shroom. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye. All right. I am now officially caught up with chat. It's been very fun comparing it to my 1.5 that has the zippy mods. Nice. So if you get the V2 Oto Kanoko, you are going to have your Orion tattoo updated to match the aesthetic of the V2. I respect that. I do. Okay, so let's see. Again, I have no idea how well or poorly today's talk is going to be because I have not gone through it beyond just the initial write up. But we'll do it anyway. You guys are awesome and you will be patient with me. And if you don't like it, you will leave. And I will still love you. You don't have to be here if you don't want to. But for all of you that are, I love you. Okay, so today's topic is how to. Okay, and let me tell you why it's today's topic, just in case we have, and I don't know if we do. Um, if we do, this individual has like the most patience of any person that could ever have to put up with me. But someone on Instagram commented on one of my reels, posts, whatever you call those things, and had asked the question. Let me find it. It was a really good question. Let me find it. All right. So the question was, Scott, Okay, so I wonder if I start playing this video, are you guys gonna hear it? I think you will. As a matter of fact, I wonder if I can. No, we'll just see if you guys can hear it. So it is this one. Uh, I'm muted. The video is muted. So let's. You look up oh, to. Can. Okay, cool. And let's go back and let's. So you guys obviously can't see it, but this is a clip, and this is what I'm saying in the clip, and then we're going to cover what the comment was with regards to this. So bear with me, but it's the whole purpose of today's chat, quite quite honestly. Um, and yeah, the audio is far louder. Let me turn that audio down a little bit. You guys let me know if that's going to be okay. We'll start here because, yeah, it is really loud. Okay. So let's go to my notifications and play this sucker. Can't Flip says, I did on Instagram and he messaged back. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool when you have somebody in the community that you look up to? And again, I totally understand that my experience with the Balisong community is not necessarily the experience that everyone has. But my experience with the Balisong community thus far has been an absolute dream. Um, and solely due to the fact that I put my stuff out and everybody just gives me the greatest response. I see these people that I look up to because of their flipping quality or because of their content quality or because they're wearing a shirt that makes me think that they must be a nice person. And I reach out. And in a couple videos now, I have said that thus far there have probably only been about 2 people in the hobby that have not reached back out to me. But what I can say at this point is that there is no one that I have reached out to that has not responded back. Be it, oh, there's one company that hasn't responded back to me. But other than that one company that hasn't responded back to me, companies, makers, flippers, content creators with 10 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, 20,000 subscribers, everybody I have reached out to eventually has reached back to me and been nothing but supportive, and it's just amazing. So, Can't Flip, I'm so happy that you took it upon yourself to try to reach out to what was it, James Hill, and more so that James was the kind of person to respond. That's so cool. Can't. So that was the reel that I had put out, and to that, and I got good reception so far. I mean, yeah, I've gotten good responses from the community so far. But one person did see that, and they commented and said, and I need your guys' help with this. Um, they asked, what do you have to say to those who hate on flippers like us? And my response was, this is an excellent question. I'd actually like to have that be a talking point on tonight's live stream so I can mull it over and get insight from the community. And I did tell them that they're welcome to join us and that I wasn't trying to plug my channel. I did truly want them to join because it is a conversation that I would like to have. I don't know if that person joined, but the question ended up being, when you, so I've gotten, I mean, nothing but love, yielding support, unimaginable respect. I mean, my experience has been amazing. Not everybody's is. So I would like for us to talk a little bit about, what we do in those circumstances, when we do experience those people who do not uh, understand us, do not like us, do not think what we're doing is cool, um, do not like who we are as a community or as a person. Um, I'm gonna pause there and see what comes out of the chat, and then we'll get into my talking notes. Hi, Ghost Bally's is back. Um, Oto Kanoko says, "Oh, I'm sorry. AMA says, very true. You are literally my only subscriber." I mean, I watched your video and you got sick flips. All I can do is me, and let people know what I do. And hopefully the more I talk about what I'm doing, the more people will think, okay, well, maybe I can do that too. Which is just, support people. And it doesn't even need to be people in the Balisong community. Like, if you see somebody like genuinely trying to be good, encourage them, because that's genuinely good. Um, yeah, and just love everybody. That's what it boils down to for me. Um, but for that reason, I struggle because I haven't had any of those bad experiences. I'm sure at some point I will. I have gotten, okay, I guess technically speaking, I have had some of those experiences because I have had comments on some of my posts on Instagram that I ended up deleting because I felt that I would have been embarrassed if somebody else watched. Um, so yeah, I uh, I guess I have experienced it, but not, I mean, not bad. It wasn't like anybody. They called me young kid names that I don't understand. Nothing nearly as cool as Unk. Um, so Oto Knoko says, "What exactly do they mean by flippers like us? Do they mean flippers in general or beginner intermediate flippers?" So my that is a good question that I can't seek clarification on, but the way that I took it was, um, flippers like us being people who flip Balisongs, just in general, because um, a lot of a lot of people, I guess, uh, think that Balisong flippers are, I don't know, weirdos, or I I don't know. 6 months in, I'm getting nothing but good stuff, and nobody's shaming me for it. So I I I, I don't know. I just know that I'm recently becoming aware of tension that I don't see and don't experience, but can't pretend like it's not there. So when I'm asked a question like this, that I feel does speak to that narrative that I don't understand, maybe it's a topic that I should just ignore and let those that are in it and understand it work through it. But again, I mean, my thing is I just want to help. I want to help anybody who needs it. I want to help anybody who's hurting. I want to just help. And this person's comment to me asking, "Hey, what do we do when we get hate?" That screams to me somebody who needs help. So let's see. I think I just learned something that will allow me to do a cool spine grab roll over. Cool. I think anyone that holds that opinion falls into the unfortunate jealous loser who should be ignored bucket. That I got some of those in my talking points there, Ethan. There are plenty of hobbies that get hated for zero reason, but it's not super often. Satch says, "We kind of are, just gotta embrace it. I don't flip for others. People who hate on others can only mirror their own hate and embarrassment towards themselves." That is profound. So, we'll we'll start running through these notes. And I'm sorry, I probably just like sound very down. But yeah, that I mean that message really did it saddened me when I hear people talking about uh, struggles, being treated poorly, being made fun of, being picked on, being bullied. It really, really, really bothers me to a an extreme level. Um, yeah, so will get me out of it. Let's start talking, and we'll get some dopamine going. Um, so the question: how do we respond to those who hate on flippers or people in general? But we're talking about flippers today. One of the things that we have to keep in mind is that not all hate is about you. If you're receiving hate, if you're receiving negativity from someone towards you, it may not be you. It may not be what you're doing. It may be something completely off, out of left field. Um, some people just don't like what they don't understand. Some people are frustrated and project that frustration out on anywhere they can lash it. And some people legitimately just want a reaction, and I don't understand with those people. But some people just want a reaction. They will do something mean just to watch someone crumble, and it sucks. But the thing is, a lot of hate says more about the speaker than it does about the thing being hated. That doesn't excuse it, but it's something that does kind of help, having in the back of your head that it isn't necessarily about you. That person might be going through something, and again, I'm not excusing them, but um, you never know what's going on. So I try to err on the side of there must have been a misunderstanding. Again, I am I am white, middle-aged man. I can't really put myself in the shoes of anybody who is in a uh, uh, social situation that isn't middle-aged white man. I mean, I don't have anything to complain about. Um, but that doesn't mean that I don't care about all of those that do. Um, I don't know if that made sense. Okay, so the thing is, when you get hate thrown at you, it's your choice on how you're going to respond to that hate. You can respond calmly if you have the means with which to. Some people respond with humor. That's where a lot of comedians come from. You can also set a boundary. I mean, it is okay to make your expectations known that that's not appropriate, that that's not okay, that you should be respected, however you were disrespected. Boundaries are all right. I have another note in here on boundaries, and I'll find it, but not right now. The thing is, though, you can also, I think Ethan had mentioned it, you can also not respond at all because silence is a response too. And basically that's with a lot of with all of the negative responses that I've gotten from the community with regards to, like, basically just non-Balisong flippers responding to that one reel that I have where I'm asking, how do you or how often do you carry your Balisong? Are you a daily carrier, or do you keep it on a shelf at home? Blah 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 blah. And I've gotten, like, I don't know, 8 or 9 comments from clearly people who do not flip Balisongs, just calling me out on being various words that I don't understand. Um, but I wanted to respond very wittily, with humor and setting very strong boundaries. But instead, I opted to just delete the comment and ignore it. That was my response, was silence. Um, the thing is, um, you don't have to explain yourself if you're being critiqued. You don't have to defend yourself if you're being questioned. If you have a hobby, such as flipping a balisong, that you get looked down on because of, you don't have to justify what you like. Explaining is optional, but enjoyment is not. If you enjoy doing something, do it. And if somebody tells you that, that's weird, you shouldn't do that, that's different, you shouldn't be like that, I can't tell you what to say because it's foul language, but don't put up with it. Um, but deal with it in a way that's appropriate and deal with it in a way that you're comfortable with. You may need to deal with it with silence. You may need to deal with it with humor. You may need to go and find someone to talk to. You may not have anybody to talk to. So if you ever find yourself in one of those situations, reach out to me. I will talk to you. But you don't owe an explanation for your joy. Some comments come from genuine confusion, which is okay. Some comments come from legitimate safety concerns, which is understandable. And some come from bad past experiences, and that's fine. But the thing is, not all comments come from that place. That place is understandable. That place is excusable. But some comments come from mockery, and some comments come from dismissal, and some comments come from ego. Not the ego we have in the chat, I love you, but the personal ego. And that's not okay. That's where you are showing contempt versus curiosity. Curiosity deserves patience. So if you're experiencing one of those situations where you're just not sure about the reactions that you're getting, but you think that it might be coming from a place of misunderstanding or confusion or the best intentions in mind, that curiosity deserves patience if you have the patience for it. If you don't, you don't owe that patience to the curiosity, but it's understandable if you want to be patient and talk to them. Contempt, on the other hand, deserves distance. If you are mocked, if you are dismissed, if your ego is attacked, or you are attacked by someone else's ego, those people don't deserve patience. Those people don't deserve a conversation. Those people deserve distance because you shouldn't subject yourself to that. There's no justification for it. Again, I'm not telling you what to do. If you feel that a conversation is appropriate, then have one. But if you feel the other person isn't interested in a conversation, respect that. That's one thing that I've had a hard time with in general is that lack of respect. Um, People feel as though if they have an opinion, and this is going to sound real fun coming from me because all I'm doing is speaking my opinions, but people have a belief that if they have an opinion, they're justified in sharing that opinion. And they have a right to share that opinion. So I guess to a certain degree, there is justification. But just because an opinion is held by someone doesn't mean that opinion needs to escape someone's mouth. Um, if that opinion breeds mockery, breeds dismissal, or breeds ego, breeds elevating some over others, that's contempt, and it's sad. Um, Going back to how you deal with contempt, it's with distance. You set boundaries. Boundaries aren't weakness. You're blocking off and muting what's attacking you so that you can care for yourself. You may be protecting the vibe of the community by keeping those bad parties away. What you're doing by choosing to lay down those boundaries and to put that distance between you and them is you're choosing peace over winning an argument, because there is no benefit to the argument. There is no winning an argument. All you've done is, I mean, you've lost your respect, and they've lost their heart, their feelings, their joy in whatever you've just taken from them in winning an argument. You don't have to. Here's the thing, though. Because I mean, my family knows that I like Balisongs. I have a bunch of grandkids. I've gotten Balisong 3D printed Balisongs for all my grandkids. I've given Balisongs to my kids. Um, I like the idea of sharing Balisongs with people. But what if what if the person that I'm interacting with, who is judging me based on my Balisong, doesn't have any interest in my Balisong? I don't need to convert anybody just because they don't agree with me. I don't need to convince this person that the Balisong is the way, because it's been the way for me. All of the things in my life that this has helped me with isn't necessarily going to help somebody else. It understand you're flipping. Oh, I'm sorry. I just totally misread that. Not everyone has to like Balisongs. Not everyone has to understand flipping. And not everyone has to agree with you. That's one of the beauties of us. We all have our own opinions, and that's okay. It's also okay to keep them to yourself so that we can live in peace. That's okay too. People don't need to get it to be valid. People don't need to understand. You don't need to take this situation that is being fought against and fight harder to prove it. People don't need to get it for it to be valid. You flip, you love flipping. They may not understand it, but that's okay. Confidence is quiet. Confidence is quiet. Often the most confident response is simply staying calm, continuing doing what you enjoy, but not shrinking. I flip a Balisong because I enjoy it. I don't flip a Balisong expecting that it's going to be approved, accepted. or considered impressive. As a matter of fact, I may be laughed at. I may be mocked. I may be told that I can't do that there and have to put it away. And I will, calmly, being happy that I was able to do what I wanted to do while I was able to, and not shrinking away. When we are in a community, and again, I'm talking about the Balisong community as a whole, but more often than not, when we're talking us, when we're talking community, we're talking us. We're talking the people who are with me. We are talking you all who come with me in these talks and listen and ask questions and answer my questions. Um, yeah, when I talk community, I talk about you guys. I talk about you guys that help protect me, and I talk about those that I help to protect because protecting the community matters. Um, Responding calmly helps to set the tone of the conversation to be had, if there is one. Um, but you don't always have to respond. Ignoring trolls can also work to keep spaces safe. So, how we respond helps teach others what's really allowed here. So, if any of you are on my Discord server, for example, if any of you are brought into my Discord server, interacting with my Discord server, and any of you ever were to see someone, oh, let's take a pause. Can you guys confirm that you're still here and I'm still here? I got a OBS Studio disconnect and reconnect, so I want to make sure we're still good. Okay, good. Um, so if any of you all are on my Discord server, any of you all see something happen on my Discord server that falls under any of that mockery, dismissal, ego, any of that contempt, um, it is our responsibility as community members to look out for the community, to protect the community. That doesn't mean going and fighting for someone else. It may mean letting an admin know so that somebody can get booted. Um, but it means doing something. I love lurkers. Absolutely love lurkers because lurkers probably want to hear me more than anybody else, which is weird, but if think about it for a minute. You all in the chat, I love you. Absolutely love you. And the more you type, the more I love you. But a bit of your attention is going to what am I going to say next? And has he answered my question? And that's okay because that's why you're here. You're part of a conversation, you're part of a dialogue. So you are participating. That's great. A lot of people here, some people here at least, are not participating in the chat. They are legitimately 100% focused solely on what I'm saying, only on what I'm saying, and are not participating in the chat at all. And I mean, statistically speaking, those people are employing more attention in my words because they're not employing any attention in how am I going to respond? Has he answered my question yet? Again, I'm not pitting anybody against anybody. This is not a lurkers versus chatters. I'm just saying I can't stress enough how much I love the lurker. Um, but there is a time where even the lurker needs to make their presence known. And that would be when you see one of those injustices transpire. Um, I pray that you will not see any of those on my server if anybody tries to join my server. Um, because the most important thing to me is you. That's why I'm here. So you guys protect me, and I'm not asking you to. I'm telling you, you do. You protect me from myself, from uh, my panic attacks, from my stresses. I mean, you guys give me a place to be. Um, I will protect you equally. If any of you need anything, reach out and let me know. All right. That's the end of my chat. I have some thought provoking questions for you. I will ask one, and then I will scroll through a lot of chat because I haven't looked at any of you guys' chat since I started my talk because I didn't know if I was going to be able to get through that. Um, so here's a question for you. You guys think on this question a little bit. And I mean, think on it. Like, take 2 minutes before you start answering. Um, and I mean, so I turned off my mod stuff as far as the whole like, don't put a paragraph in there. So feel free. I write in paragraphs. I don't write in single sentences. So feel free to write a paragraph if you want. What I want to hear from you guys is, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about the Balisong hobby. It could be any hobby. But have you ever had someone judge you on a hobby that you love? And if so, how did you respond to it, positively or negatively? And again, I want to stress, I am not wanting to get political. I'm not wanting to get just too crazy out there in the comments. So I'm legitimately holding this back to being judged on a hobby. So have you ever been judged poorly or negatively based off of a hobby that you love? And if so, how did you respond to it? Think on it. I don't want to see this chat rolling. So you guys legitimately think on it. Let me scroll through and see what's been going on in the chat. And I will say, anybody watching this stream afterwards, uh, I'm sorry that you're just watching me read. I'll probably edit this part. I'll jump ahead or fast forward so you can see me do this really quickly. think I'm getting to the end of it. I thank you all for dealing with it. Let me see. Dealing with my reading. Let's see. I was scrolling and then boom, all of a sudden it dropped me down at the bottom. So I want to make sure that I do in fact have. Man, I didn't. This is going to take me so long to get caught up on all this stuff. I'm going to get caught up on all this stuff after the chat. It's going to be rough to try to make you guys sit through like 20 minutes of silence while I read. But I do want to see your answers. So, hmm. Oh man, I missed Oto Kanoko leaving. I'm so sorry. A lot of very productive conversations. All right. Um, okay, I can't remember what it was, but my brother did it, and he said he was joking, but I didn't know, and I didn't have anything nice to say about it, so I didn't talk. Mm. Um, let's see. AMA says most of the time it's by people who know the hobby who give constructive criticism. If it's someone who's obviously rage baiting, I ignore it. Cool. Um, oh, Ghost Valley's asked what time it was for everybody. That explain. I was like, why are people like tossing out what Bible verses without the book? Um, okay, got it. Oh, we got a couple Canadians in here. Oh, I thought you were an. Oh, okay. So we're still talking time. Cool. We are caught up, and apparently we're talking time. So, what does it look like in the chat? We got 8 people. You guys have toughed it out. We've gone through the entire chat. I do have more questions that I can ask, or I can open it up to you guys. I told you to pause while I got caught up. You guys paused. Um, take a look at Odo's comment. I did. I thought I did. Yeah, I looked at Odo's comment, and then you answered too. You said you get haters all the time. You actually encourage the haters to give reasons to you or give reasons for you to change rather than shutting them down. Yeah, I mean that I'm all about the dialogue. That's what it is. It's for me it's all about the dialogue. Um okay. Cool. All right, so that was my talk. Um Out of curiosity, I'm really curious. I know Ghost Ballets, you were not a big fan of the fact that I didn't do my typical pause the talk, go to chat, pause the chat, go to talk. Typically, I do that. Today's stream was a little bit different because of the weight of the topic. Because I had gotten, I don't remember if you were here at the beginning or not, but where this entire topic came from was a response that I had gotten on one of my Instagram posts talking about carrying a Balisong around with me. And somebody had commented on that asking, hey, that's great, but how do you respond when you're getting hate specifically because of this hobby, because of your interest in this hobby? Um, and yeah, it's just because I typically don't, but I know that a lot of the community does, from others within the community, from people outside of the community. There are people that have the opposite experience that I have had, and that it truly breaks my heart. So, having heard that comment, um, that's what I chose to talk about today um, because it hits home for me. So, for that reason, Ghost Ballys, that's why I drove through this entire topic without taking a break. I think I took a small break at the beginning, but that was a panic attack break. Once I really got into it, though, I really needed to plow through. So I appreciate it. Um, all right. So you guys are allowed to start talking in the chat again. You want me to ask you guys more questions? Do you guys want to ask me any questions? Do you guys want me to show you my new Baliong and Friends again? Uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like that? How about this? You guys tell me legitimately. Like, I like authentic feedback. So I want to know the way that today's talk ended up going. Not necessarily the well, I'll just leave it up to you to figure out what I'm asking. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think today's chat went? Did you like it? Did you think Ghost Bally's? You can't put a 10 because I know that you thought it was boring. So I want everybody, if you feel comfortable, I want everybody to let me know in the chat, how well you think today's talk went. And this isn't like oh well, let's make sure that Scott feels like he did a good job. I legitimately, if today's topic wasn't a peak, I would like to know so that I can make sure that we get that corrected. I don't know, Ghost Baileys. Honestly, I have absolutely no idea. No, Camaro EE. That is a good question. I was legitimately talking about the content of the talk. Um, Specifically the my talking points, not necessarily the chit chatty first 20 minutes of my ADHD going crazy. That I think went swimmingly. No, so, oh, I didn't even realize I still have this open. I'm so sorry. Um, no, I'm talking specifically about my talk that was titled "How to Respond to Those Who Hate on Flippers." 6 or 7, no pun intended. It was definitely or a definite change of pace, but worth while talk. I appreciate it. Thank you, and I appreciate the honesty. Something it's just like flipping. You're not going to knock it out of the park all the time. So at the start of the stream, probably 8 out of 10. Towards the end, though, probably 4 out of 10. Fair. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's just a topic that everyone has experience with on a spectrum. So some people already have those kinds of skills developed. So it's boring to some people, but beneficial to others. There was good quality info, honest, 7 out of 10. I'd give it a 7. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'd take a 7. I graduated with a 5 out of 10, so I will happily take a 7 out of 10 in my talk. Um, Again, what I will do is moving forward, I do the back and forth. So talking points, uh, chatty chat. Um, yeah, so that was today's talk. We can let things run down, or if you guys want to jump in the chat and we just want to hang out, we can do that too. I can grab a belly, we can start flipping, or we can say goodbye. Camaro EE says super beneficial, but people in streams get bored when the chat is ignored for an extended period of time. Totally get it. Totally get it. I'd say it was a 8.3 out of 10. Some very good discussion. Thank you, Sam. I came back quickly to ask you have a pet. Yes, I do have a pet. I have a bunch of pets. I have a boa constrictor, a crested gecko, a dog, and 3 cats. Do you have any grails? I do not. I do not have any grails. I think people hold info better when the talk is more concise. Appreciate it, Heatwave. Appreciate it. That was very specific, Sam. I like specific. If somebody asks me for a number between 1 and 10, um, you should ask if something's wrong with me if I don't give at least 1 decimal. I usually give more. Like if I'm going to give somebody an arbitrary percentage, like, oh, did you know that statistically speaking, 78.34927% of water is made of H2O? I just come up with random numbers, and decimals make things fun. All right. What time is it? Let's see. It's 9:37. We've been going on for an hour and a half. Looks like chat's getting pretty quiet. I think we are probably good to start rolling things down. So we will do that. You guys have been awesome. You guys have stuck it out with me for a long time. Anybody who comes back to watch to the end, who was here earlier, thank you for having been here. Sorry I missed your departure. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hi, and I'll see everybody in the next one. Love you.